What if I told you that success is not a gamble? That if you truly committed every single day, you would be rich, guaranteed. The problem? Most of you quit before the game even starts. You give up at the first step back. But listen to me. If a man goes to the gym every day for a year, his body will transform. So tell me, how can a man work every day towards success and not get rich? The truth is, you don't fail. You stop trying. Most people are living a fantasy, a delusion so deep, they can't even see how pathetic they've become. They sit around broke, miserable, blaming the system, blaming their parents, blaming the government, blaming everyone but themselves. They scroll through social media, watching men with private jets, fast cars, and endless freedom. And instead of studying them, instead of learning how to escape, they sit there and cry. It's not fair. He got lucky. I could never have that. And that right there is the reason they will never be rich. Because before you even start the race, you convinced yourself you can't win. You've programmed your brain to fail. Do you understand how insane that is? If I put you in a boxing ring and you step in already believing you'll lose, you're finished before the first punch is thrown. Life is the same. Success is the same. Money is the same. The reason you're broke isn't because you lack intelligence. It's not because you weren't born into wealth. And it's definitely not because the world is unfair. The real reason? You haven't worked long enough. You haven't endured enough. You haven't suffered enough. You do something for a few weeks, maybe a couple of months, and the moment it doesn't work, you fold. You throw in the towel like a coward. You sit back down with the rest of the losers and tell yourself, I tried, but you didn't. Trying isn't real. Either you do it or you don't. And when you look at your bank account and it's still empty, you want to act confused, as if success is some kind of lottery. It's not. It's simple. Life is cause and effect, action and reaction. You push hard enough for long enough, and something has to give. The problem is most of you never push long enough. You don't understand that if you committed to something for 5 years, fully, brutally, obsessively committed, you would be a completely different man. 5 years sounds like a long time to the weak-minded, to the guy who can't even focus on a single task for a full week. But if I told you that in just 5 years, you could have total financial freedom, you could wake up in a mansion, drive the cars you've always dreamed of, travel the world with zero limits, never answer to a boss again, if I told you that was guaranteed, would you still hesitate? No. You'd go all in. But here's the kicker. It is guaranteed. The reason you don't believe that is because you've never seen what happens when a man refuses to quit. I'll give you the perfect example. A man who steps into the gym every single day for a year, he will change. No debate. You could hate the gym, you could hate exercise, but if you show up every single day and push yourself to the limit, your body will transform. It's a law of nature. So tell me, how is success any different? If you sit down every single day and learn, if you work on your business, improve your skills, study, apply, grind, build, how is it possible that after 5 years you're still broke? The answer is simple. It's not possible. The only way that happens is if you stopped, if you gave up, if you got distracted, got lazy, got weak. That's the brutal truth nobody wants to hear. People like to pretend success is random, that some people are meant to be rich while others aren't. That is the biggest lie ever sold. The difference between a man with millions and a man with nothing is one thing: relentlessness. The rich man never stopped, the poor man did. And I know exactly what you're thinking right now, but Tate, what if I don't know where to start? What if I pick the wrong thing? Shut up. That's an excuse. Pick anything and start. You'll adjust along the way. You think the man who gets in shape knew the perfect training routine from day one? No. He just showed up. He figured it out as he went. But most of you don't want to hear this because it means you have no excuse. It means that everything you don't have is your fault. It means you are exactly where you deserve to be based on the work you've put in. If that pisses you off, good. Should use that anger, turn it into something useful. Because if you sit here for another year, watching others win, watching others live the life you want, and you're still in the same place, you have nobody to blame but yourself. Let me tell you a story about two men. Same age, same background, same city. Neither of them had rich parents. Neither of them had connections. Both started from zero. They both hated their jobs, hated being broke, hated the fact that every day looked exactly like the last. But one of them, just one, decided he had enough. One night while the other guy was sitting on his couch, scrolling through nonsense, wasting time, making excuses, this man sat down at his desk and started plotting. He didn't know exactly what he was going to do yet. He didn't have all the answers, but he knew one thing: he was going to get rich or die trying. At first, it was small steps. He researched, he read books, he watched videos, he studied people who were already successful. He absorbed every bit of information he could because knowledge is power, and he understood that before he could build, he had to learn. But here's the key difference. He didn't just sit there consuming information like a mindless fool. He started taking action immediately. Every single thing he learned, he applied, he tested, he failed, he adjusted, and he kept going day in, day out, no breaks, no distractions, no I'll do it tomorrow, just relentless pursuit. Meanwhile, the other guy, he was still talking, still dreaming about success. Instead of chasing it, he'd say, one day I'll start a business. One day I'll get serious. But that day never came, because every time he had a chance to take action, he chose comfort instead. He chose his bed. He chose video games. He chose another pointless night out. And the funny thing, he still believed he deserved success. He thought it was unfair that other people were getting rich while he was stuck in the same place. But how could it be unfair? The other guy was working while he was sleeping. He was grinding while he was partying. He was building while he was wasting time. Years passed. The first guy, he's a millionaire now. He's free. He wakes up when he wants, goes where he wants, does what he wants. He doesn't check price tags. He doesn't answer to anyone. His time is his own. But the other guy, he's still broke, still miserable, still making excuses. I just wasn't lucky. It's too hard. I tried. But the truth, he never tried. Not really. Because if he had put in just 5 years of ruthless effort, if he had sacrificed like the first guy did, he would be in the exact same position. And that's where most people fail. They see someone winning, and instead of thinking that could be me, they get jealous. They look for reasons why it's impossible for them. But let me tell you something. Success is a math equation. If you put in the right amount of time, effort, focus, and discipline, the result is guaranteed. It might take you longer than someone else. You might have to go through more obstacles, more failures, more suffering, but if you refuse to quit, you will win. That's not my opinion. That's a law of the universe. Think about it. If a man dedicates every single day to improving his physique, can he really look the same after 5 years? No, it's impossible. His body has to change. His strength has to increase. His endurance has to improve. And the same applies to money. If you dedicate 5 years of your life to learning, executing, building, refining, how could you not be rich? It's not even a question of if, it's only a question of when. And yet, most people will never experience that because they never start. Or worse, they start, hit a wall, and give up like cowards. They expect the road to be easy. They think success should come quickly, effortlessly. But that's not how life works. The game will test you. It will throw obstacles in your way. It will demand that you prove how badly you want it. And most of you, you'll fail that test. You'll crumble at the first sign of difficulty. But the ones who don't, the ones who refuse to back down, those are the ones who make it. Those are the ones who wake up rich, free, untouchable. So ask yourself, which man are you? The one who keeps talking, dreaming, complaining, or the one who makes a decision and never looks back? Because the choice is yours. It always has been. You wake up every day and tell yourself you're going to change. You swear that this time you're serious. You promise that starting tomorrow, you'll get your life together. But then the day goes by, and what do? Nothing. You scroll your phone, you waste time, you push your dreams further down the road, convincing yourself there's still time. But let me tell you something. There isn't. You are running out of time right now. This very second, you are either moving towards success or falling deeper into failure. There is no pause button. There is no neutral ground. Every moment you waste is a moment you will never get back. And one day you will look in the mirror and realize you're too old, too weak, too far behind to fix it. And when that day comes, regret will eat you alive. Do you understand what that means? You will sit there old and tired, knowing you had the chance to be rich, to be powerful, to be the man you always wanted to be, and you threw it away. Not because you weren't smart enough, not because you weren't capable, but because you were lazy, because you chose comfort over discipline. And there is nothing more painful than knowing you had all the potential in the world and you wasted it. You see rich men driving past you in their supercars and you think, I wish that was me, but it could have been you. If you had started years ago, if you had committed to the grind, if you had refused to quit, you would already be at the top. But instead, you're still here, still struggling, still stuck. And deep down, you know it's your fault. I've seen men throw away their lives because they couldn't control themselves. They let distractions take over. They let fear hold them back. They let their emotions dictate their actions. They told themselves they weren't ready. They told themselves they needed more time. But time doesn't wait for cowards. You think you're going to live forever? You think you have decades to sit around before you start moving? Look around you. People die every single day. They wake up thinking they have time, and by the evening, they're gone. No warning, no second chances. And if you were to die tomorrow, could you say you gave this life everything you had? Could you say you tried? Could you say you left nothing on the table? Or would you die knowing you were a failure? knowing you never even scratched the surface of your true potential. There is a war happening right now, and you are losing. A war against your own mediocrity, a war against your own weaknesses. And if you don't start fighting back, you will lose everything. Do you think the world is going to wait for you to figure it out? No one cares about your dreams. No one cares about your struggles. No one is coming to save you. Every second, there's a man out there working harder than you, grinding longer than you, pushing past the pain while you make excuses. And when the time comes, when you're both standing at the finish line, he will win, and you will watch as everything you ever wanted goes to him instead of you, because he was willing to do what you weren't. You have been lied to your entire life. They told you to be patient, to wait for the right time, to take it slow. But the truth is, there is no right time. The only time you have is now. If you are not working, you are failing. If you are not progressing, you are falling behind. And the worst part, you know I'm right. You feel it in your gut. That sinking feeling when you realize you've wasted years. That burning regret when you see someone else living the life you wanted. That quiet voice in your head telling you I could have been more. That is the truth clawing at your soul, screaming at you to wake up before it's too late. But will you listen? Or will you keep lying to yourself? Will you keep telling yourself that next week, next month, next year, you'll finally get serious? Because if you do, you will wake up one day and realize it's all over, that you waited too long, that the chance has passed, that you are too old, too broken, too filled with regret to fix it. And that is the real nightmare. Not losing money, not failing, but waking up knowing you lost the one thing you could never get back: time. So what are you going to do? Keep watching? Keep waiting? Or are you going to stand up, take control, and fight for your future like your life depends on it? Because it does. At the end of the day, it all comes down to one thing. How bad do you want it? Because let me tell you something. The world doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care if you're tired, if you're struggling, if life has been unfair to you. The only thing that matters is whether you win or lose. And right now, most of you are losing. Not because you don't have the ability, not because you don't have the intelligence, but because you refuse to suffer for success. You refuse to push through the pain. You refuse to get up when life knocks you down. You sit there feeling sorry for yourself while other men outwork you, outthink you, outfight you. And then you wonder why you're broke. You wonder why you're stuck. You wonder why nothing in your life changes. It changes when you change. It changes when you stop lying to yourself. It changes when you stop making excuses and start making sacrifices, because that's what it takes. Success is brutal. It does not come easy. It does not come cheap. It demands everything from you. It demands your energy, your focus, your discipline, your entire existence. And if you are not willing to give everything, you will get nothing. That's the reality. No shortcuts, no lucky breaks, just a battlefield where the strong survive and the weak get crushed. And if you're sitting there thinking, but Tate, what if I fail? Good. Fail, get knocked down, get humiliated, feel the pain of losing, and then stand back up and go again. Because that's what separates winners from losers. Winners don't quit when it gets hard. They thrive in hardship. They see pain as fuel. They use setbacks as motivation. But losers fold. Losers look for an easy way out. Losers quit at the first sign of resistance. And that's why losers stay losers while winners keep winning. You think life is unfair? You're damn right it is. The rich get richer, the powerful stay in control, and the weak get left behind. That's how it has always been. That's how it will always be. And you have two choices. Become one of the winners or get crushed by them. There is no in between. There is no middle ground. You either rise to the top or you become another forgotten nobody, drowning in mediocrity. And if that scares you, good. It should. Because this world does not have mercy for the weak. It does not give handouts. It does not care how hard your life has been. It only cares about results. You either perform or you get left behind. You think money is just going to fall into your lap? You think success is going to magically find you one day? Wake up. Every second you waste is a second another man is building his empire. Every moment you spend hesitating is a moment someone else is taking action. And when the time comes, when the real winners of this world have claimed their wealth, their power, their freedom, do you think they're going to look back and say, hey, let's make sure the lazy ones get a piece too? Never. They will enjoy their lives while you suffer because you had the exact same opportunity and you threw it away. This is your last warning. This is the moment where you either change or you stay broke forever. I don't care if it's hard. I don't care if you're tired. You have no other choice but to succeed. Get up, work harder than you've ever worked. Stay disciplined when no one is watching. Make sacrifices while everyone else is wasting time. Because if you don't, one day you'll wake up and realize it's too late. And that regret, that pain of knowing you could have been more, but you were too weak, too lazy, too afraid, that will be the most unbearable suffering of all. You either get rich or you die trying. There is no other way.